It's the Sweet 16, and today WTTW 11 will have the two top-ranked teams in the Chicago Public League. Both Farragut's Admirals and Simeon's Wolverines know what it takes to win a city title. But today, these two powerhouses have to get past their Sweet 16 opponents to keep up their hopes. It's a playoff doubleheader. Up next, number 2 Farragut against Morgan Park. Later, number 3 Simeon and Lincoln Park. It's the CPS playoffs on the CPS Game of the Week, presented by Robert Morris College. Here at Farragut High School, lots of tradition on the walls as the Admirals take on Morgan Park in the Sweet 16 leading up to the Public League Championships. As you look around, there's Kevin Garnett. Certainly he starred here, led him to a Public League title before he went on to the NBA and All-Star status there. Let's take a look at the Class AA top 5 in the boys. Sometimes take a look. David Kaplan, 3 of the 5 teams are Public League teams.
Yep, loaded this year, and you look at any of those 3 could be downstate and trying to win a national or a city championship and a state championship.
Well, welcome to the West Side. Along with David Kaplan, I'm Mike Lederman. Good to have you here on Channel 11 for the CPS Games of the Week, presented by Robert Morris College. Okay, we're down to 16. Here we go. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be absolutely tremendous. To me, the Chicago Public League is the best conference in the country for prep basketball. You can just keep listing all the great players year after year. This Farragut team is flat out loaded.
Well, let's see what they did this season in the Red West. They just flat out blew away the competition. Take a look right there.
Well, you look at that record. I mean, 10-0 in the Red West. That is unheard of. Marshall and Crane, 2 perennial powers in this league, and Farragut, nobody really gave him a scare all the way.
Well, this fella scares a lot of folks. Ollie Bailey, number 40.
Well, we got here early, 10 o'clock this morning. Ollie Bailey's in here in his Rutgers sweatsuit, where he's headed to college next year, shooting jump shots, working on some post moves. Ollie Bailey is a big-time player. He'll be a tough guy to contend with. And Chris Singletary, probably the best sophomore in Illinois. John Shire at Glenbrook North probably rivals him, and this guy really knows how to play the game.
Ollie Bailey, the senior, Singletary, the sophomore. He's been hurt. He's going to play today. As you take a look at Ollie Bailey, he is ready. He knows what his future is going to be, but it certainly would be a lot nicer with a city and maybe a state title. Morgan Park. Now, here's a bit of a surprise. They dispatched Orr in the first round, but hey, this team's got several big victories, David.
Well, this is a team that nobody wants to play because they have some size. They've got some guards that can score, and on any given day, you never know what happens, and it's one and done. You look at their record right there. There's some big victories. They knock off Julian, Von Steuben, a very talented team, and East Aurora, who battled West Aurora in a tough one a couple of weeks back. So you don't want to play Morgan Park if they're on a hot streak.
There is Halston Hallman. He is one of the players. We don't say stars. This team doesn't have a lot of stars. Could be the only guy in the public league named for a cologne.
Well, I said to him, I go, Halston, where did the name come from? He goes, my dad named me because that was the cologne that he wore. So this is a guy, he says he struggles with shot selection at times. He takes some bad shots. When this guy is knocking down good, clean looks, he's real good off the dribble. He's going to be something that Singletary is going to have to really contend with today.
Herb Ray, a longtime coach at Morgan Park. I said, what's the secret today? He said, box out. Those guys are big. They certainly are. Morgan Park, they're smart, they're unselfish. Let's see what happens. It's all coming up in just a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, let's check in with Clyde Travis over there on the sideline with Coach Wolf Nelson.
Hey, Wolf, me as Farragut coach Wolf Nelson. You know, Wolf, this game has that flavor to it right now. I mean, how'd you get your boys really ready to go?
Well, I know for sure they're well rested. We went out and took a little time, rested the guys up, and now what we're looking forward to is having a real good game against the Morgan Park team. We hear they're supposed to be good. We haven't played them this year, so this will be a good contest for our guys going to the next round of the playoffs.
Well, that $64 million question, is Singletary ready to go?
Not quite ready. You know, he's not, you know, I think he might be about 80%. I'll let this game dictate whether or not I put him in or not, depending on how these guys play. If we can play without him, then you may not see him today. You know, if I think I need him, I'll keep looking. If I think I need him, I'll put him out there.
Hey, good luck. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, Clyde, stay tuned. The fans are ready. It's going to be the first of 2. The Sweet 16, the CPS Games of the Week tips off in just a minute. Public Schools Game of the Week is made possible in part by Robert Morris College, presenting sponsor of the 2004 CPS Game of the Week.
Check this out. If you want more out of life, make the smart move today and call Robert Morris College, where dreams find direction.
Calamos Investments salutes both teams competing in today's game, as well as the outstanding student athletes who compete for their respective high schools throughout Chicagoland. This afternoon, Calamos Investments honors Whitney Young Senior Sterling Williams, who leads his team on the court, but more importantly off the court with a 3.8 GPA.
Well, it's very important to have balance between both basketball and in the classroom. I just bring the same work ethic I have on the court into the classroom, and just knowing that I have to give it my all, and the more I put into it, the more I get out of it. It takes work, it takes time, it takes effort to do it, but if you just put the time in it, you reap the benefits.
Calamos Investments is proud to honor Whitney Young Senior Sterling Williams as the Calamos Investments Student Athlete of the Week.
A father's absence has a serious effect on a child. Studies show fatherless children are twice as likely to drop out of school and 11 times more likely to exhibit violent behavior. I'm Jeffrey Loving. I'm an attorney who concentrates on protecting fathers' rights. Fathers, know your rights and know that visitation interference is now a crime in Illinois. Learn more about your rights as a father, 312-356-DADS.
Funding for the Chicago Public Schools Game of the Week is made possible in part by the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers, by U.S. Cellular, and by Calamos Investments.
Hello, I'm John Calamos, Chairman and Founder of Calamos Investments. On behalf of Calamos Investments, I'd like to welcome you to the Chicago Public Schools Game of the Week. In addition to our support of this outstanding series, we are also proud of our commitment to public education. I am a graduate of Chicago Public Schools, having attended John Hay Elementary and Austin High School on Chicago's West Side. I do feel strongly that the most important factor for future success is a good education. Once again, on behalf of Calamos Investment, we're pleased to support Chicago Public Schools and hope you enjoy today's game.
Well, welcome back to the CPS playoffs presented by Robert Morris College. At Farragut, the Admirals take on Morgan Park here in the Sweet 16. Here are Chevy's starting lineups for Morgan Park. 3 seniors, 2 juniors, and a big front line. Alexander Covington, Lewis Johnson, 6'6", 6'7", and 6'8". And for Farragut, as you heard from Wilt Nelson, Chris Singletary will not start. Rodnell Harris will start in his stead. He's a 5'10 senior. He's also president of the class and gives them a lot of good looks at the point. Now, David Kaplan, our Calamos Investment strategies for success. First for Farragut.
Well, they've got to get the ball inside. They've got to utilize the tremendous advantage they have on strength and athleticism on the low post. That means guys like Ollie Bailey cannot be in foul trouble. Get out on the break, run when they've got the opportunities, and make your free throws.
And on the other hand, for Morgan Park,
keep Ollie Bailey, we just talked about, off the glass. Don't get caught up playing in Farragut's game. Play your own game. Control tempo. Pick up Singletary when he's in the game. Know where he is at all times because he's such a great passer. And believe you can win. Leave it all on the floor.
And that's what Morgan Park plans to do. There are coaches, Wolf Nelson in his 9th season. He, of course, a graduate of Farragut, where he heads the math department as he teaches at the school in his 13th season, we should say. And then over on the other side, another veteran coach, Herb Ray. He went to Harlan in his 21st year as head coach of the program, 24th year at Morgan Park. Our officials today, Cliff Bailey is our lead. He's on the right. Keith McClellan in the middle. Terry Murphy on your left. And we are just about set to go. You know, the officials look happy anyway, David.
They're ready to go. They're
Yeah.
excited. It's an honor to get to officiate in the Public League playoffs, and they're ready to roll.
Now Cliff Bailey going to throw it up right here on the storied court at Farragut High School here at 23rd and Christiana. Morgan Park will be the away team in their green with white trim. Farragut, you see on your left, with their gold and blue trim. Ollie Bailey in the middle. He will jump for Farragut. And number 33, Jay Alexander at 6'6", stepping in for Morgan Park. All set to go. The Sweet 16 right here on the CPS Game of the Week.
first 4 minutes of the quarter are such an important thing for Morgan Park. They've got to keep Farragut in arm's reach.
This is Raquel Franklin, who is starting today, number 24, and a turnover immediately as Lewis Johnson, at 6'8", comes up with the pass. Here's Morgan Park. This is Raphael Scott, number 23. Up high is Jay Alexander. There is Hallman. Kicks it down to Covington, and Covington has it deflected by Ollie Bailey.
Well, that's not where you want to take your first shot, contested by Ollie Bailey.
Franklin again playing the point.
Morgan Park in a 2-3 zone here, but they're really going to be aggressive down on the low block and try and deny the opportunities for Ollie Bailey.
Here's Emmanuel Little, and he is rejected by Lewis Johnson.
So we get a couple shot block opportunities here, one for each club on the first possessions.
Morgan Park not rolling over, certainly at the beginning of this ball game. The 1-3-1 zone for Farragut. Scott. And now they're in the man. Now they kick it out. And a long one by Alexander, no good. Saved or tried to save.
Stepped on the line, and Morgan Park will keep it. Morgan Park, if they're going to go up against this zone, going to have to be more aggressive. Take it into the seam, then kick.
Alexander in, and the shot missed by Johnson. Offensive rebound, last touched by Simeon. There's by Farragut. There's Chris Singletary. We told you he has got some ankle problems. You heard his coach say he's about 80%. And the pace of the game or the situation will dictate whether he gets in there. Scott trying to flash through. Johnson trying to work through, and we get a foul. It's going to be on number 15, Johnny Logan of Farragut, the first foul of the ball game.
Peter Rudman was just telling me that Wolf Nelson did not tell Singletary he wasn't starting until just a few minutes before the game started. And Christopher, we saw him out here, 10:30, 11 o'clock, working on his moves. He is not happy that he's not in the lineup.
Johnson, a 55% free throw shooter, makes the first one and gets the first point of the ball game.
Number 1 or 2 rated sophomore in Illinois, top 20 sophomores in America. A great player.
Nice touch for the big man, and Morgan Park up by 2.
See, what you fear at Morgan Park is, if you're Herb Ray, you don't want Farragut to get a couple of quick baskets, get their press set up, cause a turnover. Here you've got the lead, and the tempo right now is where you want it.
Rodnell Harris, there he is. He's into the ball game for Farragut. Here is Franklin. Little. And here is Ollie Bailey, first touch.
Nice job by Ollie Bailey. They were patient against the zone. He used the dribble, and he's just so much more athletic at that size than anyone Morgan Park has. He jumps up over you and makes the shot.
See how Morgan Park handles the press. So far, so good for them. And we're tied at 2, 5:45 to go. And deflection caused the turnover as Raquel Franklin got into Hallman's face, and we'll have a Farragut possession here.
Yep, Halston Hallman. They beat the pressure, but then he relaxed and he fumbled the ball away.
Up high is Logan at 6'5". Rodnell Harris from 3. Oh, does he like it there? Rodnell shooting 32% from three-point range. Kansas first shot, and Farragut up by 3.
2-2-1 press.
Hallman. Flashy move. And Hallman gets the offensive board. Here he goes up against Little, and he's blocked by Bailey.
Yeah, that was a foolish opportunity on the second try.
Hallman at 6'1" is not going to go under against Ollie Bailey without a lot of help.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Like the backboard or the rim, maybe. Here's Bailey from the left side. Under 5 minutes to go as Emmanuel Little tries his shot. It's a 3. Emmanuel Little averaging a better than 12 a game. And 2 threes here in the early going, and all of a sudden it's a 6-point lead. Underneath, nice move going through Jay Alexander.
Boy, Alexander with an athletic play.
And the left hand.
Long arm, switch to the left hand, scoop off the window. Big basket. Morgan Park needed that.
4-point lead for Farragut. Little with some space. Offensive rebound, Harris, but over the back. Foul will be on Rodnell Harris, number 2. That's his first foul.
Our first offense, our first rebounding foul, and that's something Morgan Park's going to need to get today. They're going to have to box out and hope they can get Farragut over the top a number of times.
Once again, the press. Scott. Covington. Won't go. Tip up, won't go. And Logan the rebound. Under 4 minutes to go first quarter. Farragut, 4-point lead in the ball. Franklin throws up a set shot.
Good rebound
by Scott of Morgan Park. Here comes Raphael Scott. And taken away by Little. Another turnover.
Boy, nice job by Emmanuel Little just to read that play. He knew exactly where the release man was at the high post, stepped in and stole it.
6'4", 190-pound senior Emmanuel Little with the ball. Harris has room. Underneath Logan. And Johnny Logan in there to clean it up. And it's a 10-4 ball game. Hallman looks inside. And Johnson can't convert. Here's Scott. Offensive rebound again for Morgan Park. Skips it over. Big 3 try by Jay Alexander. Scott working his way in. Again, it's Morgan Park very aggressive on the offensive boards. Good hustle.
Tough shot.
Jimmy Covington.
Boy, I like that kid. Long arms. Does a real nice job getting the ball up in the air and not letting a shot blocker get to it.
Covington at 6'7", 225. Cuts the lead to 4. Logan coming in, he's blocked. And he's blocked by Alexander and a foul called. Terry Murphy gets the whistle up.
But Farragut goes so hard to the glass. We look at all the yellow shirts and just tap it down away from the defensive rebounder and come up with the opportunity.
Foul is on Logan. Quickly, that's 2 on Logan. (10-6) Farragut. Morgan Park with the ball. Just did get it cross court. Half court in time. Scott. And Scott gets the travel call before he is hit by Lamont Williams.
Well, he saw the shot blocker coming over and shuffled the feet.
Lamont at 6'5". Scott at 6'1". Heard footsteps and saw arms. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Sweet 16. Winner goes on to play Curie in the Elite 8. Rodnell Harris looks underneath Little.
Great dish. What a great dish. It's easy to make the layup when someone sets you up to that degree. Rodnell Harris with a fabulous pass.
Through the defense and he just dropped it off to Little underneath. Little with 5. Hallman from 3. Franklin can't hold on. Let's take a look at the Chicago Sun-Times Boys AA Top 10. As we told you, 3 of the top 5 teams are public league teams, and then Julian and Hyde Park make it 5 out of 10. Von Steuben 14, Curie also in there at number 18. True fans read the Chicago Sun-Times. True sports, true Chicago. The Chicago Sun-Times. And as we pick up the live action once again, this time a held ball as Farragut in there to knock it away, and the possession arrow goes to Morgan Park.
Yep.
Here's your possession arrow. Take a bow. Hallman held in check so far.
Big fella wants the ball. You can see him calling for it.
Hallman throws up another one, and he gets his first bucket.
Alston Hallman, little floater on the baseline. The big fella Covington, much more aggressive than he's been most of this season. Only averages just over 6 points a game.
And Wolf Nelson says, hold the ball, play maybe for 1.
Morgan Park will be thrilled. If they go in at 12-8, they're going to be thrilled with the first quarter.
Well, they've shown they can handle the boards with Farragut, at least right now. And here, this is a sign of respect right here.
Oh, yeah.
And the takeaway. And Hallman, double dribble, gives it back. Boy, a good break from Morgan Park, but they couldn't convert.
Well, they're not letting the game come to them. They're so anxious, and they saw that opportunity. That's a big play right there. You could get it to 12 to 10.
10 seconds to go, and again Hallman with a pick. With time running out, Scott trying to hold on, and nothing happening, but a good first quarter, especially if you're a Morgan Park fan. The Mustangs within 4, Farragut leading 12-8 as we go, and take a look at Rodnell Harris, and he'll dish to Little. Farragut up 4.
It's simple, really. If we could get everybody in the country to drive the all-new Chevy Malibu, we think they'd agree. It's just about perfect. The new Chevrolets, an American revolution.
The CPS Game of the Week is made possible in part by U.S. Cellular. U.S. Cellular offers local, national, and regional service plans, mobile messaging, and much more. More information is available at your local U.S. Cellular store, or you may visit the website at www.uscellular.com. U.S. Cellular, we connect with you.
Check this out. Robert Morris College offers it all and then some. Bachelor degrees in art and design, healthcare, business, technology, and now offering a new degree in culinary arts. Whether you're a creative person or have a flair for the ultimate use of technology, we can help you get where you need to be. If you want more out of life, make the smart move and call Robert Morris College today, where dreams find direction.
And welcome back to the CPS playoffs presented by Robert Morris College. We go to the second quarter. Farragut with a 4-point lead, and coming up right after this, Simeon at number 3 with a couple of guys, Calvin Brock, Brandon Alexander. You're going to love them. They're going to take on Lincoln Park's Young Lions. That's coming up right after this game on WTTW 11, your home for CPS action. Along with David Kaplan and Clyde Travis, I'm Mike Liederman, and welcome to Farragut here on the west side. As good crowd today. And there is the Admirals bench, and right over here starting the second quarter, Rakeel Franklin going to be right in front of us to start things off with his team up by 4, 12-8. As we mentioned earlier, Chris Singletary, the fine sophomore, still nursing an injury, is not in the lineup so far, but he is available to play. This is Harris, Franklin working the perimeter. Ollie Bailey has been quiet.
Had the one basket earlier. They've done a pretty good job knowing where he is. This is the time of year when great coaches really start to shine. Guys who really have a good handle on how their teams play and get the most out of them.
Well, Farragut's held the ball nearly a minute here at the start of the second quarter with this 4-point lead. Here's Emmanuel Little stopping and popping.
Boy, they have not missed on that perimeter shot. Good patience out of Farragut. They'll play any tempo you want. You want to play half court, they'll go with Bailey, Little, Singletary, guys like that. You want to run, he'll do the same deal with you.
Look at Covington hold that ball. Emmanuel Little, 7 points already on 3 for 5 shooting. Here is Covington. We've seen a lot of agility out of him for a big guy. Coming in here, this is Kenyon Evans taking a long 3. And once again, Morgan Park ends up with the ball, but a pushing foul called by Terry Murphy. It'll go over to Farragut. See who gets the foul. Foul is going to go against Covington. That's his first. There it is.
Little as he just rises up off the dribble and buries the jump shot. But I was going to say earlier, you will see some team downstate in Peoria, and you'll be like, how did they get there? And you'll look and say, wow, they're very well coached. you know, a team like a New Trier with Rick Malnati or St. Joe's. It may not be the top 5 teams in the rankings, but because they're so well coached, they get the job done.
Now we're going to see one of those fine coaches, veteran coaches with a fine pedigree next game, Bob Hambrick.
He's one of the best this state's ever seen.
And one of his disciples there, Cyrus McGinnis, right? Let's go over to Clyde Travis.
You know, Morgan Park assistant coach Craig Adams is a Chicago policeman. It couldn't have worked out any better at Morgan Park because Herb Ray is a low-key kind of guy. Craig Adams is a disciplinary, keeps the guys in check. It's an easy sell if you want to go to a school, get good discipline, good basketball, and an excellent academic program. He does a heck of a job over there, and they work very well together. Back to you, Mike.
He's also, look at that outfit. You talk about Natalie attired.
I remember Natalie. I saw her in college. Here's Ollie Bailey, and he gets hammered as he tries to turn around down low. A lot of fouls here for Morgan Park, which could bite him a little bit later on.
Well, watch Bailey banging here. He comes and he takes the hit right there. Bailey headed to Rutgers. He'll get a fine education, play in a great basketball league.
And a little instruction in free throwing, where he's only shooting about 68%. So far, 2 points, a couple of boards, and a block for Ollie Bailey.
Now, danger time, leaving Covington in with 2 fouls. He's your best big man. 2 fouls here in the second quarter.
3 for Bailey, and the press from Farragut. And there's another turnover. Well, somehow Rodnell Harris came back.
I don't know how
he did it, but he was out of bounds with both feet, came back, established himself, and then the ball gets thrown away again. So back it goes. Now going to see a substitution. Alexander comes out for Morgan Park. And Fernando Williams, number 22. Farragut with a 7-point lead, biggest of the game so far. Under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Look at Farragut just taking its time with the press.
Great pass.
Good look underneath. Oh, what a pass and what a play. Fernando Williams just came into the ball game, gets the basket, but it was the pass that made it. And the pass from Scott.
Raphael Scott, what an outstanding feed.
Cuts the lead to 5. Little can't control it. And here is Hallman. Scott. And just like that, it comes back the other way. Well, you see the adaptations of Wolf Nelson here. He'll run with you. He'll play set up with you. And that's what he's doing here. Here's that great pass.
What a great feed. Some guys have the ability to make the pass. Some have the ability to see it and can't get it there. That guy saw it and delivered it.
Raphael Scott, 6'1" junior. There's a good look at Craig Adams, the assistant from Morgan Park. Here's Little, who can play the wing, play underneath. 5 minutes to go and a 5-point Farragut lead.
Farragut's very, very tentative right now.
Well, very deliberate, maybe. They're just waiting for their shot, and there it is.
What an outstanding pass. I mean, a fabulous pass.
Show you that one again. And back to a 7-point advantage. 4:35 to go, and again a takeaway. Here's Little. Oh!
Boy, you talk about some hops. Timeout Morgan Park, and they're in some trouble because Farragut getting some turnovers off the press and starting to cook.
Emmanuel Little with 9. Let's take a look at this play here. Rodnell Harris.
Look at that pass. What a feed.
And Ollie Bailey should say one big thank you to his teammate, Rodnell Harris. And here's Little.
Yeah, look at that elevation.
At 6'4" and 195, Emmanuel Little has put Farragut up 9. And as we said, Farragut will play it any way you want to play it. They'll racehorse you. Now they're on a 7-2 run, playing a very deliberate style here.
I mean, if I'm Wolf Nelson, I'm not playing Christopher Singletary today unless I have to, like he said. I think that's a great move.
Singletary, injured just before the playoffs began, came down on his ankle. Missed the first game. Well, he didn't exactly need him against best practice. Starting off with a 10-0 run. Holding on, if you will. Singletary didn't play. Emmanuel Little filled in with 19 points. Morgan Park's only gotten one shot off here in the second quarter with nearly half of it gone. And again, fighting to clear the ball through half court, and they did not. A 10-second violation.
Out of the timeout, you've got to get your guys settled down, run a play, get everybody a touch, and get a good look at the basket. You don't get across half court. That's a bad one. Coach will not be happy.
Once again, the set offense, and here's Bailey 1-on-2, and he is blocked in there by Kenyell Evans. And the travel called before the foul, and Logan gets up. He's all right. There's Evans, number 32 at 6'6".
I mean, this is public league hoops at its best. Bodies banging. It's physical in there.
Johnson feeds the low post. And Covington is hit as he goes up.
Got to get the big man really involved. Slow the tempo down and see if you can get him some easy baskets.
Fouls on Emmanuel Little, his first, and here is Jimmy Covington, 6'7", 225, a senior, 60% from the line.
Oh, good soft touch.
Yeah, he's got 3. And 3 for 3 from the line. Make it 4 for 4. It's a 12-point lead. 7-point lead, 19-12, 3:40 to go. First half, and again, Farragut looking down. This is Logan trying to spin. Into Logan, and Logan hit by Lewis Johnson, his first.
Got popped in the nose.
Well, coming up, the McDonald's City Suburban Showdown, Saturday, February 21st, up at Northwestern to Welsh Ryan. Brother Rice St. Patrick at 6:15, and then Peoria Central, West Aurora.
Only chance to see Sean Livingston, the nation's #1 player, headed to Duke. West Aurora got a couple of big-time guys. Got Sarah Soli headed to Seton Hall, and Pruitt headed to Illinois, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing that event.
Well, full disclosure, that's you, David. That's all you.
Yep.
Logan the basket, and the foul is on Johnson. Logan can't convert the 3-point play. He's got 4 for the ball game.
Yeah, that's me and my partner Bob Rocco. We put that on every year. It's the 9th annual. In fact, we're doing a poster of all 9 covers from all 9 years.
I thought you were going to do, the different looks of David Kaplan down through that time.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know.
More weight and less hair.
Okay. We continue. 9-point lead for Farragut. This is Tommy Davidson in the ball game. Doesn't get the roll.
Big rebound, Ollie Bailey. Just rip it down.
Little sizes a 3. Oh, he's got 12.
Yeah, Morgan Park's in trouble. Big trouble. Farragut's got the press cooking.
And as Scott starts to come through, he gets fouled. A little bit of a respite for Morgan Park. Well, weeknights at 11:30, tune in to the new name in late night talk, the Tavis Smiley Show. From politics to pop culture, he's changing the way Americans get their news. That's weeknights at 11:30, only on WTTW 11. Last foul on Lamont Williams, his first. Here comes Scott. And Logan the rebound.
Got to go inside. You've got to really take care of the tempo. Everything's going Farragut's way now.
Only 1 field goal in this quarter. Got to check out also Emmanuel Little's shoes. They are outstanding.
Yeah, blue and gold.
Bailey. And Bailey gets pushed on his way in. There you see 2:21 to go. No, not those shoes. Those are nice too.
That's Ollie Bailey. Check out
Emmanuel Little.
Emmanuel Little shoes, 21.
And here comes Jay Alexander back for Morgan Park. John Allen, who'd been in briefly, sits down. Here is Bailey. as Covington commits his third. Bailey. Ollie now with 6.
Check those out.
There we go.
Those are sweet.
Kickers. Those are kickers. 7 points for Bailey. The lead is 14. With 2:15 to go here in the first half. Farragut just playing very deliberate and just building that lead. Nice shovel underneath. And Johnson converts off the feed from Tommy Davidson.
Boy, tough shot to finish. You see how hard Morgan Park has to work to get 2 points.
Tizo Ramsey now, number 12, the point guard here for Farragut, getting a bit in trouble.
A 5-second call coming up. They gave him a timeout.
And timeout, Farragut, 1:47 to go in the 12-point lead.
Now here's how you, if you're Morgan Park, here's how you stay in the ball game. Come off dribble penetration, dish. Luckily for Farragut, Ollie Bailey didn't pick up a foul there. Got to score points inside.
Herb Ray and Craig Adams trying to keep the flood from engulfing their team. Morgan Park came out very strong, not giving up anything on the board, scored the first couple of points of the ball game, but since then Farragut settled down, played a very deliberate game, taking the good shots, and has watched its lead grow right now to 12 points. Let's check in with Clyde Travis.
You know, this thing is working out really wonderful for Wolf Nelson. Right now, he is really buying time with Chris Singletary. As long as things don't get thick, you won't see Singletary in the game. But if they do and he needs him, he won't hesitate. Like you said, he's 85%. And like I said, they seem to be in pretty control of the game right now. Back to you, Mike.
Harris, and here's Emmanuel Little again. Oh, my.
Boy, that kid is talented. Out of the timeout, they designed something, and just such an athletic player, he can go and make a play for you.
6 for 8 from the field, 14 points, and 2 of 3 from three-point range. Davidson in trouble. The turnaround to the big guy, and Bailey bumps.
Get Bailey, he had him
Johnson.
sealed. Had him sealed from behind, and they'll get Bailey.
For Ollie, that's number 1. And still not a shooting foul. That's the 6th so far on Farragut this half. Here they go into Johnson.
Got to make that shot. Ran it out of the timeout. Well done. Now the big fellow's going to get a foul.
And that'll be his 3rd. Boy, well-designed play using the 6'8 player, and just got to make that, as you said.
Yep. What a tough possession, because not only does he miss the shot, but he also has 3 fouls now.
John Allen, number 34, comes in for Morgan Park.
Herb Ray's going to leave him in.
And here is Bailey.
Might be a dangerous move. 1:18 to go.
Ollie missed the front end of the 1-on-1. Final minute and change here in the first half. Coming up, Simeon and Lincoln Park. Oh, there. Hey, Keneal Evans coming in. Looked off balance, was off balance, but it counts.
Knocks it in off the window. The bank is open on Sunday.
Yes, it is. 6'6" senior. Check it. Evans a junior, and here.
Good steal. Hey, steals it right back. Now they're going to get an over and back call.
That'll be Morgan Park ball. Evans making a good play at both ends of the floor. Coming up at halftime, we'll have highlights. Our Robert Morris College coach's tip from Coach V. And talk with Mr. Dad's Rights, Jeff Leving at dadsrights.com. More substitutions in for both teams. And this is Hallman back in. The turnaround is good. Once again, Evans giving him a lift off the bench. He's got the last 2 buckets.
Well, Bailey gave him the look. He just said, okay, go ahead, show me you can make it, and he did.
Final 30 seconds here in the first half. Try to go to Bailey down low, and it'll be Farragut ball.
Herb Ray gets the big fella out. Lewis Johnson, 6'8" senior, is now on the bench with 3 fouls. Good move. Got the basket, bought a little time. And
see what Farragut does here. 20 seconds to go, a 10-point lead. Screen from Little, goes back to Emmanuel. Bailey inside, and a whistle goes. Push away on the block before the shot. Back to the line, Bailey. See who the foul is on. It'll be on Evans, his first.
Bailey is going to be a very good college player because of his work ethic.
Where do you see him? Is he a three-player?
He'll end up being a three, a very powerful three. When you look at him right now at the line, he's got a chance to put 20 pounds of muscle on him. He'll have big, ripped shoulders, and he'll be a guy that could post you. He'll knock down shots. He's got an unbelievable opportunity. Had him to go to a great school like Rutgers, play in a great league. It's everything that you could want as a prep player. He has a chance to really do some wonderful things with his life.
Ronnie Logan went out with 4 points. Bailey now 5 out of 7 from the line. He's got 9. 10 seconds to go, first half. Trailing by 12, Morgan Park. Evans from 3. Rebound to Farragut, and that will do it. That's the end of the first half. Here at Farragut High School, with the Admirals leading at home, a commanding 12-point lead over Morgan Park. It's the Sweet 16. Both teams head to the locker rooms. Morgan Park started well. They've got to do some picking up. They're going to make this game competitive. As you see Coach Herb Ray, they'll be talking some strategy in that locker room as he looks at the sheets. Let's go over to Clyde Travis.
Wolf, with a trump card like Singletary on the bench, what does it take to keep your team focused and not just looking back saying that he's there if we need him?
Well, like I said, we got guys like Emmanuel who pretty much can play all the positions. He's doing a good job as replacing him. He's done it before. He's done it since he's been down. So I think that's the key to the game right now. He's staying under control. He's doing what he needs to do. He's staying on the boards.
Are you going to give him any tick in the second half, irregardless?
It's possible. I have to wait and see.
Okay, back to you, Mike. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, Clyde, thanks very much. Let's take a look at Ollie Bailey, part of a multifaceted Farragut attack. The Admirals are leading. There's the pass from Harris. Halftime coming up right here on WTTW 11.
If I'd known that, I never would have gone.
On the next check, please. Traditional Mexican cuisine gets a modern twist at Old Town South Pacone.
Really flavorful juxtaposition of flavors.
The Gold Coast 437 Rush adds an Italian flair to steak.
I love that mix.
And soul food gets a meat-free makeover at Chatham's Soul Vegetarian East.
Pineapple cake with soy ice cream.
That rocks.
Believe it or not, Wild Chicago is 15 years old. And to celebrate, we've collected our favorite highlights from the show's bountiful archives. For loyal viewers, it will be a crazy ride down memory lane. And for those of you who've never seen Wild Chicago, here's some of what you've missed over the last decade and a half. Either way, it promises to be one of the wildest hours in Chicago television history. Tune in, won't you?
Sunday at 9.
And welcome back to the CPS playoffs presented by Robert Morris College. We're halftime here at the Farragut Gym on the west side. The Admirals leading by 12 over Morgan Park. It's time for today's Robert Morris College coach's tip of the game. It'll give us a few pointers on how to get yourself ready for the triple threat position. Let's take it away, Coach V.
Hi, my name is Aubrey Volius, Associate Head Men's Basketball Coach at Robert Morris College. Today we're going to talk about the triple threat position. I have here Theo Williams from DuSable High School, and I also have K-Tom Brown from Steinmetz High School. Today we're going to get into a triple threat position. You guys get in a triple threat position. You want the ball, be strong with the ball, because in a triple threat position, you can either fake, pass, or shoot. Get a good base so that you got on a pivot that you can go either pass, fake, shoot it, or drive to the basket. Look for the triple threat position in today's game. The team that uses the triple threat position the most will be the most dangerous team on the court today. Thank you and have a great game.
Okay, Coach V, thanks very much. Let's check in once again. Here's Clyde Travis.
With me is Jeffrey Leving, attorney in Chicago for over 25 years, who's with the organization dadsrights.com. Thanks, Jeff, for being on the show.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here.
Can you tell us a little bit about Dad's Rights?
Dadsrights.com is a website that I founded, and I'm the president of the law offices of Jeffrey M. Leving Limited, and we try and help dads who have been disenfranchised from their children so they could reunite and protect their children.
Can you tell us about some of the high-profile cases? I know you've been involved in a lot that you've had.
A case that was very important to me personally was helping reunite Ilian Gonzalez with his father in Cuba. That was an important case because I philosophically believed that that boy needed to be back with his dad.
What advice could you give other dads who are in similar predicaments or situations to get started?
Don't give up when you're fighting to protect your children, because your children need you.
Well, just tell the people how they can get in touch with you, because this is a very, very worthwhile organization that you started.
I can be reached at area code 312-356-DADS. That's area code 312-356-DADS. And if I'm not in, you can always ask for Alexis.
Okay. Hey, thank you very much for your time, and I know it will be very helpful to a lot of people. Thank you very much, Jeff.
Thank you, Bud.
All right, back to you, Mike.
Thank you, gentlemen. More activity coming your way as we take you to a little bit of a break. Back in just 1 minute. Morgan Park trails by 12. It's the CPS Game of the Week.
The CPS Game of the Week is made possible in part by U.S. Cellular. U.S. Cellular offers local, national, and regional service plans, mobile messaging, and much more. More information is available at your local U.S. Cellular store, or you may visit the website at www.uscellular.com. U.S. Cellular, we connect with you.
He co-authored the Illinois Joint Custody Law. He helped reunite Ilian Gonzalez with his father. He wrote the book, Father's Rights.
Studies show that children with involved fathers are less likely to abuse drugs or fail academically. I'm Jeffrey Leving. I'm an attorney who concentrates in protecting fathers. I've been helping dads with custody issues for over 2 decades. Learn more about your rights as a father, 312-356-DADS.
Check this out.
If you want more out of life, make the smart move today and call Robert Morris College, where dreams find direction.
Welcome back to the CPS playoffs presented by Robert Morris College. Farragut leading Morgan Park by 12, 30-18. Mike Lederman, David Kaplan. Let's take some of the first half highlights, mostly from the Farragut side.
Well, especially in the second quarter, you see they really did a good job at swinging the ball side to side. They get Little a look there, and then watch Little with the finish with authority. That is a big-time slam. And then what a great pass inside.
Rodnell Harris to Ollie Bailey. Morgan Park had a couple of moments. They're going to have more if they're going to make a game out of this.
Right here against the press, they get a ball that just nearly gets intercepted. Instead, they get a bucket at the other end, and then Halston Holman knocks down the 14-footer, but they're going to have to get better looks, take care of the ball against the press, and maybe we'll get a spectacular lob like that from time to time.
All right, biggest lead was 14. Now it's 12. Take a look. The field goals, especially in the second half, for Farragut, they were 6 for 7 from the field, and Morgan Park having its problems from the floor, as you can see, David.
Yeah, they're really being contested on all their shots, and then Morgan Park actually with a rebounding advantage, but Farragut didn't have a lot of misses there early. 10 of 16 doesn't leave a lot of chances to clean up shots.
Morgan Park leading scorers, not much on the board, just 4 apiece for Johnson and Keneal Evans. Meanwhile, Emmanuel Little's had a spectacular first half with 14 in there. Ollie Bailey with 9. As we told you, Chris Singletary, the fine sophomore, he hasn't been able to get off the bench. They haven't needed him. We'll be back. Second half action coming up from Farragut High School.
If I'd known that, I never would have gone.
On the next check, please. Traditional Mexican cuisine gets a modern twist at Old Town South Pecan.
Really flavorful juxtaposition of flavors.
The Gold Coast 437 Rush adds an Italian flair to steak.
I love that mix.
And soul food gets a meat-free makeover at Chatham's Soul Vegetarian East.
Pineapple cake with soy ice cream.
That rocks.
Believe it or not, Wild Chicago is 15 years old. And to celebrate, we've collected our favorite highlights from the show's bountiful archives. For loyal viewers, it will be a crazy ride down memory lane. And for those of you who've never seen Wild Chicago, here's some of what you've missed over the last decade and a half. Either way, it promises to be one of the wildest hours in Chicago television history. Tune in, won't you?
Sunday at 9.
Funding for the Chicago Public Schools Game of the Week is made possible in part by Robert Morris College, presenting sponsor of the 2004 CPS Game of the Week. The 2001 City Championship, Morgan Park and Crane. The favored Crane Cougars were led by super sophomores Tino Valencia and Lorenzo Thompson, as well as all-state point guard Will Bynum. But it was Morgan Park's one-man wrecking crew, Quinnell Brown, who stole the show. The flashy Bynum did what he could to keep the Cougars close throughout the night. He bombed in threes from everywhere. But Q Brown and his 26 were just too tough down the stretch, giving Morgan Park its first city title in 25 years. Well, there, the coach, Herb Ray, was the coach then. He is the coach now. And there you see the past city champions with Morgan Park having his face on that wall back in 2001. Quinnell Brown has certainly done well in college, David.
He's a big-time athlete. I mean, a guy that can really score. And it's neat to look back at those city champions, and you know, you always see the same names from the past 15, 20 years of King, Westinghouse. You saw Crane in there, Simeon, and Morgan Park gets it done.
And Morgan Park will try to get it done now as we begin the second half. Morgan Park in green. There you see Ollie Bailey and company, Farragut in the gold with the blue trim. And of course, right after this one, number 3 Simeon. It's Sweet 16 endeavor against upstart Lincoln Park. And what a win Lincoln Park had, knocking off Marshall. That's right after this game. Morgan Park now in the green, Farragut in the gold.
Simeon, the only team to beat West Aurora this year.
Scott missing there, and yeah, West Aurora. Here comes Logan the other way, and Logan fighting his way through. You know, Logan, not a real finesse guy, but that was a pretty finesse move.
That was outstanding. He found a seam, gets a little bit physical there. He turns the corner, takes it right into the defender, the hoop, and one.
Foul is on John Allen, and here is Johnny Logan. Averages 9 a ball game, and now he's got 7 for the afternoon. And just like that, we've got the biggest lead of the ball game, 33-18. Raphael Scott trying to dribble through trouble. Big man down low, Covington. He shoots it out to Davidson, and there's Scott again. They get it to the big guy underneath. Nice move, it just won't go. And up and good.
That's what they need to do to get back in this game. Go right inside.
John Allen gets his check. It is from Evans. So for Evans, that's 6. Logan again, triple team, but look, he finds the teammate, and Little just can't convert that one.
Man, he made a great pass.
What a pass by Logan.
Go back inside again.
This is Tommy Davidson, 5'10" junior guard. Didn't start, he's at the point now. Scott had plenty of room to line up that 3.
Get physical inside Covington and Bailey.
Look down to Ollie. Raquel Franklin on the pass. And Bailey's got 11. Little, again causing problems. Scott, good look down. But it can't go for Allen. Here's Franklin, doesn't have the numbers. And again, Farragut's going to set it up. Under 6 minutes to go. Bailey trying to work outside. And Terry Murphy calls a push-off. It's going to go against Covington, and on Covington, that'll be 4.
They'll bring in Lewis Johnson again, but there's Ollie Bailey to catch over the top, and an easy bucket.
Johnson in. Covington out with the 4 fouls and 4 points. Rodnell Harris missed everything there. Last touch by Logan. Morgan Park ball. Well, Rodnell, we've known him not to be shy of getting that 3 ball off from the side. There, though, I think is he forgot to check the wind resistance.
He did. That one just a bit off.
Still, it gives gives Farragut a chance to set up the press. Simeon coming up next. Okay. Simeon, Lincoln Park. Look underneath. And Johnson hammered. Pick your admiral. I think Little got him there. Let's take a look at the Chicago Sun-Times girls top 10. Marshall, of course, the city champion, number 4 behind Naperville Central, Loyola Glenbrook South. And then Bennett Academy rounds out the top 10. Hope at 14, Whitney Young at 19. True fans read the Chicago Sun-Times. True sports, true Chicago, the Chicago Sun-Times.
Who else would you expect to see in first with the top ranking? Candace Parker and company.
There you go. Lewis Johnson gets a couple of free throws.
Got a good trap situation.
And the ball going, staying with Farragut.
Quick
timeout. And we get a timeout, 5:24 to go. It's a 13-point lead. Farragut over Morgan Park. So there's Herb Ray coaching. Got a big job right here. Morgan Park scored the first 2. Since then, it's been pretty much all Farragut. Well, today we recognize the Ariel Mutual Fund favorite teachers of the game. These teachers voted as the favorite among the students of each team. From Morgan Park, economics teacher Thomas Arrington. And from Farragut, Ramona Banks, who teaches English and World Lit. Congratulations to the Ariel Mutual Fund's favorite teachers of the game. Well, there are a couple of good teachers there. Herb Ray and Craig Adams over at Morgan Park, and Wolf Nelson, of course, over at Farragut. Admirals ball leading by 13. The winner goes to the Elite 8, takes on Curie. Logan kicks it out. Ollie Bailey.
Bring it up. That was the shot he was working on at 10:30 this morning. Out here 90 minutes, 2 hours before the game started. We're ready to work.
Bailey with 13. Little with 14 leading scorers.
Go inside.
Remember, coming up, we'll have a second game of our doubleheader. Meanwhile, Raphael Scott hits the 3. He's got 5.
Get it back to 13. Need to get under 10 at the end of the quarter.
Rodnell Harris under to Logan.
Boy, Rodnell Harris makes tremendous passes.
Scott coming through. He gives it to the big man. A nice play down the other end. Johnson.
Big fella, Lewis Johnson. Only averages 4.3 points per game. 6'8", 225, a senior.
I like what Raphael Scott is doing out there when he can. Again, the zone for Morgan Park, and just works to Farragut's advantage, just keeping the ball. Making Morgan Park come out to chase. Little. Harris leaves it for Logan. And thrown away, looking for Bailey, and Ollie not happy about that. Couple of passes too many right there.
Well, you got it at 11. Come down here, run your offense. And here comes Christopher Singletary.
First time we're seeing him. Chris Singletary, the talented sophomore, he comes in. Franklin goes out. Singletary averaging 16 points a ball game. Doesn't look like a point guard, but he sure is one.
He's Paul Pressey. Remember Paul Pressey?
He is definitely decided that last game. Yeah, Scott coming through, losing the ball, and it'll go over to the Admirals.
Too quick, trying to get too much back at one time. Let the game come to you.
3:20 to go, third quarter. 11-point lead in the ball for Farragut. Here's Emmanuel Little's got some green light. And the foul as Little comes through. Let's go to Clyde Travis.
I'm looking up in the stands and I see Illinois assistant Wayne McClain here. That's only a testimony to Calvin Brock at Simeon. He's been spotting this guy. He is really impressed with his talent. He's playing in the next game. He's going to be ready to go. There are quite a few other Division I coaches here also, but Wayne McClain, trust me, is here for one purpose, and that's to see Calvin Brock. Back to you, Mike.
15 points for Emmanuel Little, and don't forget, next game we will see Simeon as Alston Hallman comes back in from Morgan Park. Davidson sits down. There's a lot of talent on that Simeon team besides Calvin Brock.
Brandon Alexander, but Calvin Brock is, Clyde just told you, 6'6", 175-pound, very athletic player. Plays a lot like Kenny Battle. Remember Kenny?
He's got a job now.
Head coach at IIT.
Lewis Johnson comes through. Tip up no good by Evans. And the foul underneath. 3 minutes exactly to go. The lead is 13, and see who gets the foul. Good look there at Rodnell Harris. And the foul is on Lamont Williams. That's his second.
There's Herb Ray, the longtime head coach at Morgan Park.
Graduated from Chicago State. Danielle Evans holding at 6 points. A couple of rebounds to go with it.
Morgan Park needs to come down and really dig down defensively. Get it under 10 by the end of the quarter.
Gotta make your free throws.
Exactly right.
Gotta make your free throws. Singletary to Bailey. And, good effort in there. But the foul call looks like against Alexander.
See, I would not be pressing this team right now. Not with a guy like Singletary on the court. Look at that pass. And Bailey just goes right to the rim. I mean, that's just an outstanding pass. Take it right to the rim, and they've got no choice but to foul. And see, the thing I would be doing if I'm Morgan Park, I don't think I could press them when they've got Rodnell Harris and Little and Singletary and Bailey, guys that can all put the ball on the deck and help you break pressure. I get back and set my defense up.
That foul, by the way, was on Evans, number 3 on Kenyale Evans. Bailey missed the free throw, so he's holding at 15. And the lead is at 14. Final 2:40 here in the third quarter. Johnson, good look down underneath, and the foul. Evans again. Kenyale Evans with 8. And a good feed off the high post from Lewis Johnson. There's Johnson. And the foul is on Rodnell Harris, his second. Evans for the three-point play. Got it that time. He's got 9. Lead is 11.
Again, they go with the press, see if they can get the steal. See, the problem is you've got your big guy on the back line, Lewis Johnson, with 3 fouls, and the 2 guys he's going against, well, he comes up with the steal. Shows you what I know.
Holman tries to alley-oop it, but right there was Lamont Williams, and back the other way. Bailey, look to Singletary. Well, Singletary certainly had the opportunity there. Good pass from Ollie Bailey.
Yeah, I was going to say, the big guy, Johnson, on the back line has 3 fouls. You don't want to take a chance if they beat the press where he'd commit a foul.
And reaching in is Little, and that'll be 3 on Emmanuel.
And here's Singletary. You can tell he's not moving like he'd like to. Obviously a little bit of a limp there. They get the ball into him, but he doesn't have that power that he can go right up top.
He was probably just annoying Wolf Nelson so much to get in there. We'll finally have to put him in. Underneath with the left hand, his natural hand, John Allen gets his first bucket.
See, I don't think I'd be playing him here. I really don't.
Kind of wonder why he's doing it. Again, I think he just was driving him nuts on the bench. Probably just wanted to get him away from him. And an offensive foul on Ollie Bailey. And then Singletary thought he was going to start up until game time. He was probably just in the coach's ear for 2.5 quarters.
Yeah, no question. But as the head coach, you have to say, I'm sorry.
Morgan Park scored 10 of the last 13 points, we are told, by our ace statistician, Matt Locascio. Good to have Matt with us. Minute 40 in the third quarter. Morgan Park.
They're going to get Singletary, no question.
Push off by Chris Singletary, his first foul.
He can't guard him inside. I'd go right at him. He can't move his feet. Footwork is such a key component in post defense.
Here's Evans again. Rebound Johnson, and Johnson over the back.
Singletary again, I believe. We'll see who they get. They may be getting Lamont Williams.
Let's see him.
Yep, they'll get Lamont Williams.
Still waiting for a call. Is it Lamont?
Yeah.
Okay. That's his third. And here's Lewis Johnson with 8 points.
You know, all of a sudden you look up, he makes his free throw. It's a 7-point game. And it's just a different feel to the game since Singletary came in because he can't move that well.
Well, Wolf Nelson's leaving him in. And there it is. It's a 7-point game, closest they've been here in the second half. 10 points for Lewis Johnson at 6'8", 225. Franklin looks all the way down for Bailey. And now Farragut's starting to get frustrated. You see the expression, you know, they've had a couple of exchanges among the teammates here. And that's just what Wolf Nelson does not want. So we're going to get a timeout here with 1:20 to go. Farragut leading now. A 15-point lead has shrunk to less than half.
Yeah, they're just out of sync. They are completely out of sync.
And you're right, David. It's been happening since Chris Singletary's in the ball game. Lincoln Park against number 3 Simeon. That'll be a second game of our doubleheader coming up right after this one. Simeon, ranked number 3 in the state, be taking on Lincoln Park's freshmen and sophomores. Today we recognize 2 of the outstanding scholar athletes competing in the game. These 2 are getting it done big time in the classroom and on the court. From Morgan Park, senior Corey Webb with that 4.5 GPA. Favorite subject is economics. His favorite athlete is you-know-who. And Mr. Arrington is his favorite teacher. Rodnell Harris, we know about Rodnell. He's the senior class president. 3.92 GPA for Farragut. His favorite subject is English. Congratulations to these 2 young, outstanding role models. Our student athletes of the week. There's Rodnell Harris. 3.9 GPA and a nice range from 3-point period. 7-point ball game. Morgan Park can cut it down further. It had been 15. We're a minute and change from the fourth quarter here.
This is a huge possession.
Alston and Holman missing. Alston Holman through the paint, but wouldn't get down. Singletary. Franklin, good look to Bailey.
You're going to get a technical foul for hanging on the rim, did we get, or no?
Terry Murphy's saying hanging on the rim, but I didn't see a T call, but now we're going to have a conference.
You got to finish this.
Yeah, he and Cliff Bailey are talking about it. Look at this.
Yeah, he's got a man underneath him, and that's why you don't get a technical. Let's see if they call it. If there's a man under you and you're protecting yourself, you can hang. We're going to find out right now what the officials decide here.
And let's see, the lead official there is Cliff Bailey. Let's see it again. Here we go.
Now watch, there's a man under him right there. That's a good call.
So back to live action, no technical.
That's a good no call.
35 seconds to go, and this time Singletary commits another foul.
Look at Singletary for his second.
And Farragut in the bonus. So Morgan Park will shoot the 1-on-1 here with Lewis Johnson. Johnson, team leading 10 points. Sends that one through with authority.
Emmanuel Little's going to come back in the ball game. I wouldn't be shocked if it's for Christopher Singletary.
All right, 12 points. Whistle blows. 8 for 8 from the line for Lewis Johnson. And Singletary does, in fact, sit down. 41-36. It's a 5-point ball game.
There's another turnover.
Very quickly, a turnover underneath. Halston Hallman.
Got to make that layup.
He'll go to the line. That's 2 that Hallman wishes he had back. But the foul is on Rakeel Franklin. For him, that's his first. And here's Emmanuel Little getting back in the game.
Got to
very quick. Look at this right there.
You have to.
Hallman's first trip to the line. Little goes in, and Logan comes out with 7 points. 3 points for Halston Hallman. 80% free throw shooter, split that pair. And the lead is now down to 4. Bailey.
Tough shot. And
Johnson the rebound, but he's out of bounds. It will be Farragut ball. Bailey with a good move underneath, but again, that didn't go down for him. Having a couple of technical problems, but there we go.
There's Ollie Bailey, and the ball just won't sit. And the big fella, Lewis Johnson, just can't hang on to the rebound. There's a manufactured basket.
Franklin to Little.
Manufactured basket. You've got to play zone out of bounds. You cannot play man-to-man. It's a Dunkirk.
That breaks an 8-0 Morgan Park run. Final seconds here in the third quarter. Evans from 3. And a good quarter for Morgan Park. They haven't been this close since early in the second quarter. So we've got a game here. It's a 6-point ball game. Go to the fourth quarter, 43-37 on your CBS game of the week. Ariel Mutual Funds is proud to honor the outstanding educators, the teachers and coaches throughout the Chicago public school system. These men and women are at the forefront of Chicago's educational movement and have made outstanding contributions to the incremental improvements of the students they teach. Ariel Mutual Funds is proud to recognize Ms. Jelaine Binford, computer teacher at Curie High School, who motivates and inspires her students to achieve greatness, both in the classroom and in life.
I get energy because young people are inquisitive, and so that inspires me to do the very best that I can for them. When my students say thank you, just a simple thank you, then I know everything that I've done was worthwhile.
Robert Morris College offers it all and then some. Bachelor degrees in art and design, healthcare, business, technology, and now offering a new degree in culinary arts. Whether you're a creative person or have a flair for the ultimate use of technology, we can help you get where you need to be. If you want more out of life, make the smart move and call Robert Morris College today, where dreams find direction.
I'm loving it. Is this the place to eat? Since I don't cook, I'll just rock to the beat. I'm loving it. Sometimes we have mishaps. You just overcome and adapt to setbacks. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Move your feet, rock to the beat. Hungry for the music, got it, loving it. You know you're my world. How could I mind love taps from my girl?
McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Funding for the Chicago Public Schools Game of the Week is made possible in part by the local McDonald's owner-operators of Chicagoland. And welcome back to the CBS Playoffs presented by Robert Morris College. We can see a good quarter for Morgan Park. They cut the lead for Farragut down to 6. It's time now for the McDonald's play of the game. Take a look. Rodnell Harris into Ollie Bailey. Oh, is that beautiful? Makes you say, I'm loving it. That's why it's the McDonald's play of the game.
Well, that pass really got Farragut rolling. They got on a run. They had a nice working margin at the end of the first half, but they frittered it away, and now it's a 6-point game.
You don't want to fritter.
You do not want to fritter.
No. Morgan Park hung in there, hung tough. And Farragut will inbound to start the fourth quarter. Good look at Ollie Bailey. 15 points so far. Averages nearly 20 a ball game. And there's the Morgan Park huddle. This team was down as much as 17 points. They have cut that lead down to 6. Still shooting barely 33% from the field. Here we go. Final 8 minutes. Emmanuel Little. Trapped in the corner, gets it back out. This is Harris. Logan. Right away you can tell Farragut picking up the pace. Bailey to Little.
Tough shot. Runner. He's such a lanky athlete. He gets up over the defender and gets a clear shot at the bucket.
Completely different Farragut set from what we saw in the third quarter. A lot more activity in the set there. Underneath, thrown away.
Gotta take care of the basketball.
Again, we told you the winner of this advances to the Public League Elite 8 to take on Curie. Little, 20 points, 8 for 11 from the field. There he is. Harris.
Good pass.
Skips it. Williams. And a whistle as Logan tries to make his move a push against Morgan Park. I think that's going to be against number 34, John Allen. Second on Allen. Underneath Little. Well, once again, Little in the scrum on the floor, but Little had a great opportunity there. We get the held ball. Farragut possession. There's the arrow for the Admirals.
I thought the arrow was going the other way.
I thought so too. Up on the scoreboard it said one thing, but I guess it's going to Morgan Park. It said one thing on the scoreboard, another thing at the scorer's table. So now they're synced up. Alston Hallman. Got Bailey on him. Down low, they try to find the big man. And Allen.
Nice pass by Covington.
Back to a 6-point ball game. 4 points for Allen. Logan almost taken away, or was it taken away? No, Farragut ball, say the officials. Farragut, Harris, and he is fouled underneath by Allen. That's his third.
Well, you have no choice there. You've got to commit the foul. It's got to be a solid, clean foul. You can't give up the 3-point opportunity, but Rodnell Harris just beat everybody to the backdoor play and then got himself an easy look.
Harris with 3 points, just the 3-ball early in the ball game. First trip to the line.
Surprisingly, Singletary's coming back in the ballgame.
He's in, and Logan comes out. For Logan, 7 points. Harris now, 72% from the line. He's got 4. Lead is 7.
Big trip here. They're all big in the fourth quarter, but you've got to get a bucket here.
Alston Hallman. Scott Evans on the high. Hallman for 3.
That's a foolish shot.
Singletary tried to come down with it cleanly, and
I mean,
it will be Farragut ball.
That you cannot take that shot. Just dribble, dribble, dribble. Never pass, never get anybody else involved. Can't do it.
Pressure from Morgan Park, and Harris
stepped on the baseline.
Committed the turnover. Just about 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. this time it's off Morgan Park. Wolf Nelson looking a bit perplexed. So here comes Farragut on the attack again with 2 minutes gone on the fourth. Bailey, Singletary from 3. And again, you wonder about that shot. Harris gets the rebound. Here's Singletary again. And the foul on Morgan Park as Singletary starts to make his move. And that's 4 fouls on Keneal Evans.
Yep.
Yeah. He's played well. 9 points since coming off the bench. And here is Christopher Singletary looking for his first points of the afternoon. Still waiting. Raphael Scott. Scott Evans on the high post. Allman, this is Evans. 5.5 to go. 7-point lead, plenty of time. Underneath Covington, and Covington is hacked.
He'll go to the line, 7-point game. And that's what they need to do, Michael, is go inside.
Well, they got those 2 big guys there, and this could be Singletary again. Yeah.
He does a nice job. One little dribble in the paint.
They give it to Williams. That's 4 on Williams. Yeah. That's 46-40. Covington with 5. Big miss.
Nearly a steal.
Singletary starting to move now. Just gets the back rim there. I think Singletary's just trying to make something happen, David.
He is, but they're not in sync with Singletary right now.
And there's a push in the back again, and that's Williams. He's gone.
Yeah, Lamont Williams is done. He is fouled out and did not score in the ball game.
5:09 left in the ball game, and Lamont Williams will take a seat.
Tell you what, at this juncture, Farragut's going to start to press a little bit. I don't mean full court, but I'm talking about they're pressing the way that they're playing. They never thought this game would be close.
Well, they've got a lead that could get shaved right here to 4. Allen with 5 points, 46-41. As Herb Ray is getting set to send Alexander back in. And he'll come in for Jimmy Covington. Covington again with the 4 fouls. And here's Alexander looking to make this thing a 4-point game. Rebound, Halston Hallman. Scott, Hallman, under 5 minutes to go. Evans has got Scott there on the wing. Here he is.
Good patience.
Underneath Allen.
What an outstanding half-court set.
From Scott, 7 points. Singletary.
There, he just put the shoulder down and just bowled his way to the rim. You can tell he's struggling to move. Takes a deep breath. They needed that basket in a big way.
First points for Singletary, and it's a 5-point game, 48-43. Coming up to the 4-minute mark. Here's Scott trying to come through. Leaves it long, Evans. Nothing there. Scott again. And he gets fouled.
Wow, going to the line, a chance to cut it to a 3-point game again with an eternity left. Scott really hustling on that offensive glass, and there's the foul on Little. Who would have thunk it? 11-11 on the road at 22-2.
Raphael Scott now with 6. Coming up next, Simeon and Lincoln Park. Logan the rebound. 4 minutes to go. Emmanuel Little and the Admirals with a 4-point game. They once led by 17. Ollie Bailey from 3. Oh!
Big.
18 for Ollie Bailey. That's why he's a big-time ball player. Wow. He didn't hesitate. He just squared right up and let that go from 20 feet. Evans again. Underneath on the follow, and good for Allen.
Boy, answer a score with a score, Mike. What a huge basket, hoop, and the harm, and they get it right back to a 4-point game if they make the free throw.
7 points for Allen. And the foul is on Logan. That's his third. 9 points for Allen, all here in the second half. 7 in this quarter. Here is Allen, only 52% from the line. Oh, man, he looked like Bill Sharman on that one. Little. Farragut trying to clear half court, and they do. And here's a foul beyond Scott.
That'll send Singletary to the line.
First foul on Raphael Scott. 51-47, as we used to say. Who'd have thunk it? Double-digit lead most of this ball game for Farragut. And there's the free throw shooting. Morgan Park 15 for 21. Singletary 1 for 5 from the field. Missed his only free throw. Now he's got one.
5-point game. But still, he makes this. It's still only a 2-possession ball game with 3:13 to go.
And they bring Covington back in. Alexander goes out. Covington with 4 fouls. Alexander had 1 bucket while he was in there. Here's Singletary now looking for his 4th point. 6-point ball game here.
2 big free throws.
.305 to go. Scott. Holman. Allen has it taken away by Little, and Singletary helped out on the double team. Harris. Logan.
Big. That's how you get the flow going back your way. Did a real nice job with a double on the low post and then take it to the goal to score.
Big 4-point switch right there. Alston Holman, 3-pointer. Wow, is that big? Did that quiet this crowd? Holman now with 6.
Now they only call that a 2?
Is that right? They only called it a 2? I saw it. One. All right, it's a 2, so he's got 5. And here's the takeaway. Here's Holman again, 2-on-1. Scott. Look out, 8 points for Scott. It's a 4-point ball game. Here comes Logan the other way. And the rebound to Covington. Coming up to the 2-minute mark, and here comes Morgan Park. Scott again.
How about this? They got it to 2 at the 2-minute mark.
Check it, it was Allen again. He's got 12, 10 in this quarter, and it's 55-53 with 1:59 to go. Once down by 15, it is now a 2-point ball game. We'll be back. Timeout on the floor with the score. 55-53, Farragut over Morgan Park.
He co-authored the Illinois Joint Custody Law. He helped reunite Elian Gonzalez with his father. He wrote the book, Father's Rights.
Studies show that children with involved fathers are less likely to abuse drugs or fail academically. I'm Jeffrey Loving. I'm an attorney who concentrates in protecting fathers. I've been helping dads with custody issues for over 2 decades. Learn more about your rights as a father, 312-356-DADS.
It's simple, really. If we could get everybody in the country to drive the all-new Chevy Malibu, we think they'd agree. It's just about perfect. The new Chevrolets, an American revolution.
The CPS Game of the Week is made possible in part by U.S. Cellular. U.S. Cellular offers local, national, and regional service plans, mobile messaging, and much more. More information is available at your local U.S. Cellular store, or you may visit the website at www.uscellular.com. U.S. Cellular, we connect with you.
Ollie Bailey gave him some breathing room for Farragut. That's today's U.S. Cellular We Connect with You three-pointer of the game. Meanwhile, the pesky Mustangs have come back.
You know, the funny thing is, on our three-pointer of the game, his foot was on the line. If you watch that again, his foot's on the line, and at the other end, they just had one. They called the two with the foot on the line when one official is signaling three on a Halston-Hallman basket.
Well, Hallman now with 5 points. The big story, though, for Morgan Park, John Allen with 10 points here in this quarter, the 6'6 junior, the lefty off the bench. Well, you see what Morgan Park has done so far. They've knocked off some formidable teams. Could this be another one of their big victories? Well, it's a little early to say, but they've certainly made a game out of this. Down by 2, Morgan Park, full court pressure on Farragut with the ball. The number 2 ranked team in the state right here in trouble. Emmanuel Little leaves it for Singletary, taken away. Holman pulling back without numbers. Scott, Raphael Scott on the move. Harris.
Foolish decision.
Yeah.
Foolish.
Out of control. Nothing but gold shirts underneath.
They've gotten back in it by solid defense and taking care of the ball. That was just a foolish decision.
And Hallman smashes Singletary on the way down. That'll be 2 on Halston-Hallman.
Here comes Christopher Singletary. Gutty playing on a bad ankle. Gets himself into the lane. Nobody steps up to take a charge. Instead, they bump it.
Singletary's playing himself back into shape here in this fourth quarter. He's got all 4 of his points here in this period. Now 5. 56, 53. Sorry, David.
Very important to come down here if you're Morgan Park. You don't have to jack up a 3. Take the deuce. Everybody always thinks they got to get that 3-point shot. It's not the panacea everyone thinks it is. Take it to the rim, lay it in, get your easy basket because they're going to be playing for the 3, and get back down and guard.
A frittering panacea.
There you go. That's a Dunkirk.
2 words of the day.
You think I could have gotten into Brandeis?
What?
You were the man.
If you would have been a fighting judge. 3-point lead. And the turnaround offensive foul against Jimmy Covington, and that's it for him.
He's done.
They just brought him back in the ball game.
Watch Ollie Bailey. Just takes the hit. There's the elbow in his chest.
And Hallman got hit in the neck. He's down here at half court. Halston-Hallman, I think, got clotheslined a bit. Singletary are talking, seems to be all right, but boy, they brought some tears to his eyes. He's still not right. So Covington leaves with 5 points, and the big presence underneath. 3-point ball game. Farragut to inbound. Singletary. Rodnell Harris
lost it out of
away. Franklin couldn't hold on. 9 Farragut turnovers in this half. So Harris and Franklin talking it over. And timeout with 1:03 to go. Morgan Park takes the time. Wolf Nelson there, talking to somebody right now. His team leads by 3, but far from putting it away. Let's go to Clyde Travis.
You know, a lot of people are surprised about this Morgan Park team and what they're doing, but I'm not. They play in the toughest conference in the city right now, the Red South. You got to play Simeon twice. You got to come back and play Julian. Carver is no joke. This team is one of those teams that they are hard to play because they have no real identifiable superstar, and that often causes teams a lot of problems. Back to you, Mike.
Well, they might not, but today John Allen has really stepped up here in the fourth quarter and played like one. Lewis Johnson has come in. He's had a big third quarter, and all through at the hand of Raphael Scott, except for one ill-advised drive, has kept the tiller pretty steady. And Halston Hallman's contributed too. So right now, 3-point ball game, 63 ticks on the clock, and we've still got another game to go. We've got Simeon against Lincoln Park. Coming up, the second part of our Sweet 16 doubleheader. Number 3 Simeon against the Frosh and Sophs of Lincoln Park. They knocked off Marshall in the first round. Bunch of young kids going up against some real talent in Simeon. And we'll see what happens there. Right now, we've got some unfinished business here. Morgan Park with the ball. Down 3, a minute to go exactly. Down low. Got to make that one too. Johnson couldn't do it. And here's Little with the ball. And down goes Little in a sea of green. Johnson all alone had that shot and could not convert.
Boy, they had 2 good opportunities. You got to give a head and shoulder fake and then power it up into the defender.
They give it to Hallman. We have him for 3. And here's Emmanuel Little, 20 on the day. On the free throw line, shooting 2. Make this a 2-possession ball game.
And he misses the first one. There's the miss inside. Then here comes the Farragut rebound. They had 2 opportunities there.
Johnson and Evans. All right, 1 out of 2 and 21 points for Emmanuel Little. It's a 4-point ball game, and here comes Morgan Park. Pressure from Farragut. Johnson. There goes the big guy, and an offensive foul on Johnson.
I don't know about that one. That's his 4th.
Say that Logan was in position. It's close. Singletary.
I don't know about that.
Now 4 on Johnson. And in comes Alexander at 6'6". To guard the out of bounds. Ronald is ready to charge the floor or something. 35 seconds to go. Bailey, double team, and will be foul on Scott or on Allen. See who they give it to.
Well,
they give it to Allen.
If Farragut does indeed win this game, they're going to have to bring a much better performance to the next round, or they will not be going for a city championship.
And that is a worried look on the face of Wolf Nelson. Here is Ollie Bailey, 18 points on the day, including a big 3 earlier in the fourth quarter. Just drops it through. Franklin in, Singletary out for Farragut. And it's a 5-point ball game. From 15 down, Morgan Park rallied to get within 2. And now it's 5 with 33 seconds left to go. Ollie Bailey can extend the lead. Stay tuned. Game 2 coming up. Lincoln Park and Simeon. All right, 32 seconds to go. Hallman.
See, you don't need that
Fernando
shot.
Williams. And Hallman again. Again, Morgan Park, the offensive board, and converting. It looks like number 32, Kenyell Evans again.
3-point game. You don't need that 28-foot 3-pointer.
Well, they brought Fernando Williams in, and he's the 3-point shooter. I don't get it either.
I mean, the 3 does not tie the game. So take it right to the rim. You may get a 3-point play out of it.
But they did luck out, or they, got aggressive, and once again, they got a bucket. So it's 58-55, 17 seconds to go. Here's John Allen. He's our Morgan Park player of the game. 12.6 boards, all his points coming in the second half. 10 of them here in this quarter. He
did a nice job.
Well, you never say anything on this team single-handedly did something. This is a very, very balanced team, but he was outstanding. Emmanuel Little, 21 points, 4 boards. He's our Sun Times Farragut player of the game. And Emmanuel Little, consistent. Well, John Allen, the junior, he wasn't in the game just moments ago. Let's see if they'll put him back in. And here's Ollie Bailey. When you need it, he was there for Farragut.
Yep, he stepped up when they had to have a basket. That was the go-to guy.
As befitting a Division I player. There's that, what was called the three.
You can see his foot on the line.
All right.
How much would they like to have that one now at 57-55?
58-55 for now. 17 seconds. Farragut the lead and the ball. Full court pressure. Allen's back in for Morgan Park. Here it comes right at us. Oh boy. And Raquel Franklin just nearly took our monitor out. And here's the foul in the backcourt with Holman getting on Little.
I better put the cap on this big bottle of water.
We almost had ourselves a flood right here, David.
Get a look at Herb Ray.
And the foul will be, let's see, either Holman or they didn't give it to Holman. They gave it to Scott. So here's Emmanuel Little back at the line. King of the soft rims. Lincoln Park and Simeon right after this here on WTTW, your home for public league action all through the season. We're going to have the semifinals next week, next Saturday, and the championship game next Monday night, right after Chicago tonight, live from the United Center. Emmanuel Little converts. He's got 23. 10 seconds to go. Morgan Park, one last gasp. They just let him go. And the follow, 1, 2, 3, laid up and good by Kenyale Evans with 1 second left on the clock. 60-57. What a comeback, David.
You've seen strange things happen. They just need to grab a steal here and hit a three. That's a huge task, but Farragut needs to get the ball in bounds and the game is over.
Well, they'll probably throw it the length of the court and make sure somebody touches it if it goes out of bounds, because if it doesn't, then it's back under their basket. Greg Adams, one of the profound teachers in the public league in this sport. Wolf Nelson, another one. Craig Adams, a Chicago police officer, does a great job for Morgan Park. And there's the story over at the Farragut side, the team T-shirt. And Ollie Bailey. While we have a minute, just want to express our condolences to the family of Arthur Penny, the fine coach at Whitney Young for many, many years, passed away this week. The players he coached and the man he was. Exceptional.
Yep. Finest girls program, you know, in the state, along with Dorothy Gators and Darryl Kipp. I mean, those are three phenomenal coaches, and the sport lost a great one.
1 second to go. They throw the touchdown. Here it is. This will count, but just short on the three. And Farragut lives to fight another day. Herb Ray, Wolf Nelson shake hands. Let's take a look at this. This would have counted had it gone, and it didn't miss by that much right here. There's the long pass. And here's Fernando Williams. Just a couple clicks off. Yeah, wide right. But hey, this one looked to be a blowout, and Morgan Park said that's not going to happen. But Farragut holds on. The number 2 team in the state will move on to the Elite 8 against Curie with a 60-57 win over a feisty band of Morgan Park Mustangs. Wow, what a close.
Fabulous ball game. That's just great theater. I hope game 2 is as entertaining.
60-57. Farragut had a lead of 15 points, came down to within 2, and Morgan Park's got nothing to be ashamed of today. Let's go to Clyde Travis.
Hey, man, that turned out to be a kind of a real barn burner down the stretch. Like I said, when did you lose it and how did you get it back?
I'm not exactly sure when we lost it. We had some guys that got a little excited and started putting up shots too fast, missing shots, and making some bad decisions out there. We just tried to settle them down in the last part of the last quarter. I think the guys responded well.
Well, you had 2 players right here. You know, when you got in trouble, you know, you can always, you know, deal with Ollie Bailey and Emmanuel Little. They kind of settle things down for you a
without question. You know, big offensive foul that the guys step in and take. Ali took one, Chris took one. Emmanuel, Ali made the free throws down the stretch. You know, you have to make free throws down the stretch to expect to pull these kind of games out. Otherwise, the other team will come back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. All right, big fella, you gave him a little Big East preview down the stretch, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, like I said, I mean, I want to do that every game, like power game, be able to step it out, do whatever I got to do to win this game, so.
All right, man, well, good job. Let me get to the man over here right now. Both of y'all got, hey, look, man, you know, Singletary was down, nicked up a little bit. I always say you're one of the most underrated players in the city. You know, what was your mindset coming in here today?
Well, you know, Chris was kind of hurt, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, and I just had to feel like I just got to take over the game, so it's Ali Bailey. So to execute and make free throws in the clutch.
All right, man, good luck to you, man. See you in the next game. Okay, back to you, Mike.
60-57, Farragut moves on to the Elite Eight. We've got lots more coming up. This was a barn burner. Let's see what happens. Game 2 of the Public League coming up right after this. Farragut 60, Morgan Park 57. That's our first game. Simeon and Lincoln Park as the Sweet 16 rolls on here on WTTW 11. Stay tuned.
If I'd known that, I never would have gone.